Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've decided to join me today. Today we're going to use our basic template that we made on Tuesday to make a really pretty Valentine's card. Because it's coming sooner than we all want to admit. Because it'll be here before you know it. So, we're going to use this template that we made on Tuesday to make our card. So, before we get started, if I could ask you all to hit that like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I really do appreciate all of you being here. We are going to start with our card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is basic white. We're going to give this a good burnish. We have cardstock. So our first cardstock that we're going to use is this pink. This is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go there. We have a piece that is 2 by 4 3/4 that I have gone ahead and cut the banner into this, and I will show you in a minute how I did that. And then I've got a piece that is 2.5 by 3.5, and another piece that is 2.5 by 2. So here are our pink pieces, and this pink is, oh, right quick, let me tell you, because I am drawing a blank. It is, what is this pink? Oh my goodness. I think this is Pretty in Pink, if I'm not mistaken. So, there's our pink. And then our second cardstock that we're going to use is just white. So, some more basic white. So, 4 by 5 1/4 for this piece. And then I've got a piece that's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this is going to be the matte for this pink piece here. And that is not true. I lied. That is not the truth. Hang on a second. We will get there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then this little piece is 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. So this white piece is what's going to go here. Okay. And then, actually this goes at the top. I'll be okay. Then we've got pattern paper that's going to go down here. So this one is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece that's 1 3/4 by 4 3/8. And this is, we're going to use this side of the pattern paper. And then this piece is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And that's what's going to go over here on our pink mat. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get started here. So, let's put all these pieces to the side. We're going to start with our card base then, and we're going to give this a good burnish, just so we can make sure it lays good and flat. Our pink piece is going to go here, so let's get that on. And make sure you stick around to the end, because I've got 3 other examples that I've made that are just too cute. They turned out very nice. Another one using this same paper pack. This, if I didn't mention, is the Endless Love paper pack that is new. This is a new Stampin' Up paper pack for Valentine's Day. So we're going to be focusing on this paper pack over the next couple of weeks as we make all of our Valentine's cards. Okay, so there's our first piece. Now we're going to take our white piece here, and we're going to put this up here at the top. So I'm going to lay that down. Not going to push it down quite yet. I'm going to take our pattern paper, and we're going to use the little arrows and hearts side of this. So we're going to put that down here at the bottom. Now, I want to make sure that we are leaving the same margin left and right, and trying to leave the same amount of margin top and bottom. So let's just kind of wiggle these around until we make sure that we have something that suits us. So I think that looks relatively good. So now I'm going to push them both down. All right, next I'm going to set our piece for the inside over here to the side because we're going to do some stamping on it, and we're going to do some stamping on this little tiny piece of white. So we'll put that over there. And so let's get our banner. So this is how I did the banner. So I took two pieces, the cardstock and the pattern paper, and I showed you in the template video how I did this. So I started with them both the same, relatively the same size, and I just cut up the middle of the pattern paper and I notched it out first, and then I went behind it and cut the cardstock so that it could follow along the same, basically the same depth, and so that this looked like it matted on there. Now, if you have banner dies that you could use for this, that would be great. I wish I had some because it would have been a lot easier. But if you don't have them, don't think that you can't do this, because you most certainly can just do it by hand. So I'm going to put this pattern piece onto our mat here, and we'll get that glued down. It looks like I need just a tad bit more glue under this corner down here. So let's get that. Okay, so there's our banner piece. So that's going to go right here on this side of our card. Our rectangle piece here, I'm going to use this side of the pattern paper for this. So we'll go ahead and put glue on the back here, and we'll mat that up on this piece of pink. Just like that. So centered up best we can. Now, we're going to take this banner piece here, and we're going to put glue on it. And I'm just going to set it down on here toward the left-hand side, basically centered top to bottom, and just lay it there. I'm not going to push it down yet because I want to make sure I get the spacing right with our other piece. So this is going to overlap our banner piece, and we're going to put that right like this. So basically I'm trying to center between the top of our banner piece and the notch here in the middle, with keeping the same amount of space left and right. So I want to make the same amount of white kind of showing on each side. So I'm just going to wiggle that around. Okay, there's that. Okay, last thing we need a little glue on our little corner here, because we want to make sure everything sticks down. Okay, now we got to do our stamping. So I'm going to set this to the side, and we are going to stamp on these two pieces. We are going to stamp in strawberry slush. And on the outside, I'm going to use the stamp that came with this with this product suite. These just two, this X and O. And we're going to stamp that twice on our little piece for the front. So I have it here. Let me ink this up. And I'm going to line this up on my glass mat, so hopefully we can start with it straight. Now I need to put this over to the left-hand side as far as I can go, so that I can be sure and fit this on here twice. So we've got that there, and we'll ink it up again. I'm going to line that back up straight, and we're going to come in on this side now. And hopefully we got that on there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to go on this piece and then on the front of our card. And then on the inside, we're going to do Happy Valentine's Day. So I've got our happy blocked up here. So I'm going to start with happy. I'm going to line this up so I hopefully can start straight. I'm going to put happy up here in the upper left-hand corner. So we'll do happy, And then Valentine's. So this one I'm going to put just right under the happy, but more centered left to right. Okay, and then I need to block up the day. So I'm going to put this on our block, and we'll ink that up. And we're going to put day right down here in the lower. Uh-oh, I got ink on it. That's not good. Hang on. All right, let me finish the stamping. Inevitably, always get my fingers in it. Okay, we can fix it. It's okay. Let me grab my sand eraser, and we will see what we can do about getting this smudge off of here. So if you don't have one of these sand erasers, they are a wonderful tool to have, because if you do just what I did and stick your finger in the ink, if you don't want to start stamping all over again, which we could have just turned this piece of paper over and started again, but I wanted to show you guys how it is that I would typically go about fixing this goof up. So you can just take this eraser and just work at it here for a minute, and you can get that top layer of the paper off, which will take that smudge of ink right with it. And we'll get it down to where you won't be able to see it. So there we go. We got rid of that. Yay. Okay. Whew. Crisis averted. All right, so let's go ahead and get this on the inside. And we'll glue this up. We'll open up our card, and we're just going to put this right down here, centered up. Just like that. Okay, now back on the front. We're going to take our XOXO, put that onto our pink mat here, and we'll center that just like that. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. Now this is going to go here in the front. I'm going to try to center this top to bottom and left to right, so we can go right smack dab in the middle. And once we like that we've got it where we want it, we'll go ahead and push that down. Okay, perfect. Now, the last thing we need is some bling. So, I've got these, I forget what these were called. These were something that was around last year. These pink and white iridescent sequins. So, we're going to use these, and I'm going to use, let's see, I think we'll use this color right here. These are more iridescent, but they're kind of got a strawberry slush tone to them. So we'll go ahead and put, let's see, we will put one here and get a couple of little ones. I think we'll put two little ones up here in the top corner. Just like that. Okay, perfect. So here is our card that we made today. So like I said when we did the template, the pattern paper, you could do any combination of pattern papers. You can do all three the same. You can do a mixture or all three different. So let's look at some of the other examples that I did, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is also using that Endless Love paper pack, and I used 3 different patterns on this one. So sending lots of love and happy Valentine's Day. So we've got that one, and then we've got this one where I again used 3 different pattern papers. So sending you hugs and kisses, and Happy Valentine's Day, and did a little extra stamping on the inside of this one. And then the last but not least, we've got You Have My Heart and Happy Valentine's Day. So this one I used gold as my secondary cardstock, and this one just turned out so pretty. So there are our 4 Valentine's cards. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will be back tomorrow with another paper pumpkin. We're almost done with December's paper pumpkin. We have 2 more alternative sets, and then we're going to do some fun folds on Friday to do some more Valentine's cards. So I will see you all later. Have a crafty evening. Bye.